Making games can be rewarding because the process is so intense. Some of the toughest parts about making a game are coming up with a cohesive story and making game loops around that story. Not only do you have to craft the story and the gameplay, but you also have to design fitting music, design the environment around the gameplay, design the characters and model them in 3D, choose which textures, which materials, make the game come to life, set up the lighting, the camera, the animations for the game. The list of things to do when building a game is seemingly endless, but that's the beauty of it all. The journey is the best part. So since we're in 2025 and we have so many brand new tools popping up every day, the process of making games is becoming easier and more efficient. AI has hit the ground running, and a lot of people have backlash towards AI when it comes to using it in their games. But me, I understand AI in a different way, and I understand that backlash is basically them not fully understanding it as a tool. So I decided to use AI to the maximum as a tool to try to make a game in 4 days. Now, in order to do this, I had to get creative because I didn't want the AI to build my game. I wanted AI to be a tool I was using to build my game. You understand? There's a big difference there. So first, my brother built this app that makes your drawings into colors. So if you just draw a regular drawing, it turns it into colors. So I started drawing tons of assets and input them into his app to add color. Not only did it add color, but it added shading and highlights. He built that app using AI. So that was my first tool using AI. Although the pictures weren't looking great, it was good enough for the game that I wanted to build. So I used AI to make another app that takes the photos from my brother's app and makes those photos realistic 3D pictures. So I couldn't use those cartoon pictures for the game. Once I put them into the photorealistic app, the pictures started looking crazy, but it still wasn't good enough for me to make a game out of. So I can't make a game out of the cartoon pics, and I can't make a game out of these pics here. So for my final tool, I went to a Chinese website called Huyan 3D by Tencent, and on this website it allows you to upload a picture, and that app fully creates a 3D model out of that picture. So the process was going from a drawing to a fully realized 3D model. And since that process was really fast and efficient, it was time for me to start designing the environment and gameplay. Now the main character is a snail, and I decided that he must collect 25 eggs that were stolen from him by the mushroom people. So I designed a level around that concept. First, I designed a forest with the trees that I drew, and started making different areas of the game like the mushroom people's home and the acorn people's environment. As I continued to draw, I continued to populate the map with my drawings until I had a full game. Now the animation. Usually for my games, I use Mixamo for animations for my characters, but this game was a little bit different because all the characters are non-human shapes, so Mixamo couldn't really help me out in that regard. But luckily, I have a little bit of experience with animating non-human shapes because I animated over 100 Pokemon for my game Pokemon Q, which is on itch.io, free to play if you want to play it. So I animated all the characters that have unique movements and attacks. This way the game could feel more unique and fun. With the animations and the environment and gameplay, I was almost done. But I needed sound effects to make the game actually complete. So designing and recording sounds is tons of fun. But for this project, I didn't have quite enough time to design custom sounds. So in the spirit of the project, I decided to use AI. And for actual music, I used Suno AI to create some chill background music. And then for the actual sound effects that you'll hear, I used 11 Labs sound effects feature. And that sounded great. Now with all of that together, I was happy with the game, and it was pretty fun. And you can play it right now on itch.io for free.